Hey pumpkins, it is time for part 2 of why Doreen Virtue is a piece of S. I could make this a 10-part series quite easily. Now I want to be clear that I have no problem with the fact that Doreen Virtue took a good look at her spirituality and decided it wasn't for her and converted to Christianity. That's okay. She's allowed to change her mind. I have no problem with that. So I want to make that really clear. I also want to make it clear that I have one rule on my channel, which is don't be a dick. I try to create a space where we can have constructive dialogue together. If you are a Christian, you are welcome here. You are welcome to have dialogue with me. You are welcome to discuss things. I welcome comments like, that's interesting, in my religion we do this, or I was taught this growing up. That's fine. What is not okay, and what you are not going to do, is come into my comments and insult me, and insult my faith, and try to save me by being a dick in my comments. I am aware of Pascal's wager of it is better to fake believe and go to heaven than not believe and go to hell because of the chances. I get that. Do I know where I am going to go when I die? Yes. Because I believe in my sovereignty, and I believe that if I have free will in life, then I have free will in death, and that is my belief. Do I want to go to heaven? If it means that I need to spend eternity with the saved people who traumatized me, then I will pass. It is not okay to come into my comments and tell me that you see demons in my eyes and that tarot is sorcery. I am going to give you respect in your beliefs, and I am asking the same. We can have dialogue, but just because your religion is more popular does not make it more valid than mine. Are we clear on this? Okay. So, as I said, I have no problem with the fact that Doreen Virtue converted from one religion to another. I spent my teen years as a fundamentalist Christian. I took a good look at how those views became toxic in my life. I'm not saying that Christianity itself is toxic, but the theology that I was taught in my fundamentalist church was very toxic, and I behaved like a toxic person, and I have religious trauma, and I will do a video on that at some point. People are allowed to change their mind. People are allowed to change their point of views. But what I have a problem with Doreen Virtue isn't the fact that she changed religions. It's the fraud. It's the lying. It's the taking advantage of people. It's using people for money. It's the greed. Those are the issues I have a problem with Doreen Virtue. So, many of my subscribers found me when I started talking about a problematic YouTuber who goes by Without a Crystal Ball, Katie Joy. And if you're familiar with her, Doreen Virtue is kind of the KJ of New Age spirituality and of now fundamentalist religion. So that is my problem with Doreen Virtue. I can do a 10-part series, like I said, on why I think she's a piece of crap. I'm breaking this up and trying to keep it to one issue at a time. We're not even talking about her conversion yet. We're still back on when she was hawking her angel cards. And the first part I did was breaking down the statement of tarot is dangerous, so therefore use my safe angel cards. And so the last video was on how she built her entire empire on the backs of denigrating tarot. The second part I'm going to get into today is that angels are inherently safe, and that working with angels is safer than tarot. Now, to be clear, tarot is very dangerous. You can get a paper cut. It is ink and cardstock. It is what we do with this that can be dangerous or safe. And I love tarot. It is a language to me. It is a way that I interpret the world as a disabled person. It has become an assistive tool. So if you want to take that away from me because you think it's sorcery, just stop. Just stop, okay? Tarot wasn't invented until the Renaissance ages, and the Bible was written long before that, so tarot is not sorcery. It's a language, okay? Doreen Virtue had said that tarot is dangerous, but instead, people should work with angels because angels are inherently safe. When I say angel, you probably have an image that comes to your mind. Either it is a beautiful adult male who's got long flowing hair and is absolutely gorgeous and the picture of human perfection, or you are thinking of a tiny little cherub baby with wings. And this is not biblical at all. So the idea of this beautiful adult human comes from the Renaissance era, and we have all these paintings that are gorgeous and stunning, but not really what the Bible is indicating. And then the cute little cherubim on clouds comes from the Victorian era. But one of the reasons that this became so popular within the New Age movement was because of Doreen Virtue's marketing of her angel cards. I have heard some people say, well, I believe and work in angels, but I don't believe in the Bible and I don't believe in Christianity. And if we're going to talk about the mythology of angels, then the Bible and the Quran are our primary sources. So why would you ignore your primary sources when you're claiming to study something? Instead, people say, I'm studying angels, therefore I study Doreen Virtue, and she kind of cornered the market on angel work. So I want you to think of any time in the Bible where an angel appears to a human. Probably with Christmas coming up, one of the most popular depictions is when Gabriel shows up to Mary and says, congrats, you are not only pregnant, but carrying the Son of God. And what does the angel say first of all? What's the first thing the angel says? And this happens any time in the Bible that an angel shows up. He says, fear not. Or don't be afraid, or I'm not sure what the original Hebrew or Aramaic would be, but essentially there is a human who is freaking the F out because this massive celestial being, which our tiny human brains can't comprehend, has shown up, and this person is probably literally urinating themselves, and it's scary. It's very, very frightening to have an angel appear. The angel says, fear not. Angels are scary. Angels are very, very scary. Looking at biblical verses, we have this as an angel. And we have this. And we have this. According to the Bible, that's what an angel looks like. If that showed up to you, you'd be scared too. These are not beings that we would see on an everyday basis. They not only look frightening, but for the human brain to comprehend what an angel looks like, and even if they were to take a human form, our human brains can't handle that. The television show Supernatural, I think, did the best interpretation of what it feels like to have an angel show up in a room. Pardon the audio, taking this clip, it is fair use, but this is a good idea. It's scary. Pardon the audio here, my laptop can't handle streaming and recording at the same time because I lack RAM. I will get a new laptop, believe me, it'll happen. This is a good interpretation of what it feels like when an angel shows up. I've done angel work before. Through the 72 Keys of Solomon, there's the Lesser Keys of Solomon and the Greater Keys of Solomon. And if one is to believe the Bible, angels and demons are the same being. They are the same creature, 1/3 of them, or if you look at Zoroastrianism, half of them decided to fall. But they're the same creature. When one is working with goetic entities, it's kind of like working with the mafia. You go in, you make your deal, you get out, and you stick to your deal. It's a emergency only thing. It's not something I do on a regular basis. Angel work, you are held to such a high standard. Angel work is hard. You will know when you have summoned an angel by the puddle of urine under your chair. An angel shows up, it is scary, and an angel will hold you to such high standards. And you damn well better follow through on your promise and what that angel wants of you. Angels can fuck you up. Can you see? This is fear. Because I've actually worked with angels. I've done some badass, powerful angel work, and it is not easy. So to simply work with this cardboard and ink and think you're working with angels, no. Because that's not what working with an angel is like. Now, what I think actually happened with Doreen Virtue, and the reason why she left the New Age and she left angel work and she left all of that stuff, isn't because of any sort of dark energy or anything like that. I think that at some point she accidentally summoned an angel and it scared the shit out of her and she couldn't handle it, so she left. That's what I think happened, because, yeah, working with angels is hardcore. And having been exposed to some of Doreen Virtue's angel stuff, it's weak. It's weak ass. And it's not going to successfully summon an angel the way that she thinks they would. But if she actually succeeded at some point in summoning one, that could be enough for someone to leave their faith and be just like, I can't, I'm out. Yeah, it's a lot. It's hardcore. So I think that for Doreen Virtue to say, don't work with tarot, which is just a language on ink and cardstock, instead work with angels, that's problematic. Can you see where I'm coming from? So that is number 2 on why I think Doreen Virtue is a piece of shit. Because she put people in danger telling them that angels were safe to work with. Angels can be safe to work with if you know what you're doing. But the average New Ager who's buying a pretty set of cards at the New Age bookshop probably doesn't have the skills to summon and work with angels. So I think that was very dangerous of Doreen to tell people that. Okay, so there we have part 2 of why I think Doreen Virtue is a piece of shit. I will have part 3 at some point, but as I said, I could make a 10-part series on why she's problematic and why we really need to stop giving her money. All right. Have a great day. May you pray with a good fire, and bye, pumpkins.